I was supposed to drop this update last week because the update that will come in this video was supposed to have started this week. Well, last week has been a long week. It was a long week, right? So from next week, we are going to separate the intermediates into two. The intermediate level, we are separating them into two groups, the male and the female. The male will continue with the programs as it is here. The females, however, will be given a new program, and that is what this video is all about, for us to explain to you why and how it will happen. Now, there is a particular shape that some ladies possess, that all ladies yearn for. They want to have that. I said some ladies possess, not all ladies possess, meaning there are some ladies that are naturally not gifted with that shape. However, they all want it. And some people call it the hourglass. Some people call it the hourglass, some call it the X shape, some call it figure 8. Is that also? If you ask any lady, they want to get that figure 8 shape, they want their waist to go down, they want their thigh to come up, and that is this shape. And that is the shape. This is the shape that we are going to be working towards. Now, some ladies don't have this shape naturally, but this shape can be exaggerated. Everything is an illusion, right? This part of the hourglass now, it signifies the upper. But even this upper, it does not signify all parts of the upper. Basically, what gives that illusion of like this, which is the shoulders and the back, right? If your shoulder is quite developed and your back is quite developed, you're going to have this V shape, right? The upper body is going to have this V shape. Then this thing that you see here, we are going to talk about this later. But here now is the legs, right? The hips, the glutes, the thighs. And here now is the waistline. Now this waistline is the part of the hourglass, is the part of the shape, is the part of your body that kills your hourglass most times, because if you have here and you have here, but here is not thin and you have it like this, it has cancelled the hourglass. If you are naturally blessed, we are still going to see that, okay, this person has this shape, but here is not thin, it has cancelled the hourglass, right? So the routine now that you ladies will be having now will be core, to put more work on the waistline. Right now, this core day now is not just going to be, it's going to be core, yeah, but the cardio on this day is going to be more intense. Every day is going to be cardio, because now we are going to focus on you ladies losing weight. So the cardio is going to be extremely intense, more than the guys, right? Because you need to lose more on here, right? So on Monday it's going to be core day and extreme cardio. On Tuesday it's going to be legs, and the legs we are going to target more of the glutes, the hips, and the thighs, which is your quads and your hamstrings, right? For the hips we are going to target the abductors, the adductors, and all of these things, right? Then for the upper body now, which on Thursday now, on Wednesday will still stand as freestyle days or rest days. If you don't want to come, it's a perfect day for rest days. If you want to come, you come and do your freestyle. Your freestyle, most advisable, your core, your glutes, your hips, but most preferably your rest. Then on Thursday now, it's going to be back and shoulders, where we are going to target this part now, right? The shoulders and the back. So you're going to be doing more of the lat pull downs, you're going to be doing more of the lateral raises, the barbell rows, the military presses, right? Then on Fridays, we are going to do full body. The full body. We're going to touch some things that we will not touch from Monday to Thursday, like the chest. Now we are going to touch it, right? Then we are going to touch some other things. We are still going to touch the back and shoulders. We are still going to touch the core. We are still going to touch the legs, because every part of your body that you're working, you're supposed to touch it twice a day, right? So core has Monday, legs has Tuesdays, back and shoulders has Thursdays, right? But each of this now, we are still going to touch them on Fridays, but in a compound way. You are going to understand when we get there. I want to put more emphasis on this waistline, right? This waistline is a problem. It's very difficult to burn. It is extremely difficult to burn, and this is why. Because most ladies, let me not stereotype, right? So most people now, not just ladies, most people think losing the belly weight is all about workout. It's not all about workout. Now, if you know that it is about dieting, which is true, very much true, it is more dieting than workout. But there is one other thing that most people do not understand, that most people do not know, that it is not just about dieting. Dieting is, you are still eating something, right? You are still putting in. One of the most important things that you need to understand when you want to lose your belly fat is intermittent fasting. There is no two ways about it. You cannot run away from it. You cannot shy away from it. If you want effective results, it's very important for you to use the whole three. You work out, you diet, you do intermittent fasting. So when you work out to burn. When you diet now, you are eating clean. When you do intermittent fasting, you leave your body for so long without food, right? So your body will burn more energy to keep it alive, right? So there are so many forms of intermittent fasting. We have the 16-8, which is 16 hours of no eating, 8 hours of eating, right? We have the 14-8, we have the blah blah blah, then day, right? But intermittent fasting, it's very important to do this. But don't just get up one morning and do intermittent fasting. You have to know about your health, right? That will guide you on how to do your intermittent fasting. You have ulcer, you have some other conditions, right? You have to know, right? So to get this hourglass shape, now we are going to go this way. This is how we go. So the board will be separated. We are going to know how to separate the board. We have limited board. We still have basic. We still have two groups of intermediates. Now we are going to know how to separate it. If the Lord is putting it in your heart, now so that they talk for church, Abi, to donate board to us, we cannot say no. We don't get no from out, right? So we are going to start taking new measurements, new forms of new measurements. Basically, we are going to take measurement of your hips. We are going to take measurement of your thigh. We are going to take measurement of your bust. We'll take measurement of your shoulders. We'll take measurement of your waistline. And these are the things that we're going to use to track your progress, right? Every day now, from next week, every day now we go to run battle ropes. Every day, now we go to run battle ropes. Now we go to run skippings. Now we go to run kettlebell swings, right? If you cannot skip, you are going to replace it with the bicycles. But we're going to be running battle rope and kettlebell swings every day for you ladies, right? So that we are going to get the cardio in all the time. And for the guys now, in case you are a guy and you are watching till this time, by next week, starting from Monday, we are going to be taking measurements. Like we indicated in the last video, we spoke about, I think we spoke more about the guys now in the last video than the females. I think that's why we are shooting this video, because we didn't really put more emphasis on the females in the last video. But in the last video, we put more emphasis in the guys. Yeah, you're going to take new forms of measurements now, because we are not just going to be working out blindly, even though the workouts will not change, but you should know which part of your body needs more work and which part of your body you will continue or you will reduce, right? And the formula or the method we are using now is not that your hand big past this one, or this hand big past your own, or your chest big past. No, it is ideal build, bone to muscles, right? So how large is your wrist, and how large should your arms be in waiting without English, in waiting, how large should your arms be in proportion to your wrist, right? Now, how large should your forearms be in proportion to your wrist and your arms? How large will your quads be in proportion to your knee, your calves in proportion to ankles and all of these things, right? So if you have a bigger ankle, a bigger wrist, and I have a smaller wrist, and you have a bigger biceps in proportion to your bigger wrist, I shouldn't say you have a bigger biceps than me. I shouldn't say you have a bigger arms than me, because our bones are not the same. So all of these things is what we are going to be checking. Symmetrical, proportionate body, proportional body, whatever. That is what we are going to be going after now. That is what a real Greek god physique should be. Ideal. Nothing out of the pleasing of the eyes. So that is it for today. If you have any questions, you know where to reach us. WhatsApp, you can meet us in the gym, you can call our phone, you can leave a comment. And yeah, if you're not subscribed to our channel, please do so and subscribe. Thank you very much. I'll see you in the next video.